Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of me setting up my universe mode. The last time we were here, I set up my show, my roster, and my calendar. This time we're going to focus on championships and divisions. So let's get started, shall we? Just load the last universe slot that we were in. Load. And go straight to my universe. Also, when I was offline, I created my own championships by just making duplicates of the ones in the game. The reason why I did that is because I like to have clean records for mine compared to, the game having their own records. Some of the stuff is a bit inaccurate, as you can see, 2 Charlotte Flairs. I don't really like that. I like to have a clean slate. This way, once the new year comes around, I know who my champions were, so as I write this stuff on a Google Sheet. And it's also easier to keep up, in my opinion. And if I would like to change the championship look, like right now you're looking at the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. If John Cena wins that and I change that to the spinner, my records and my stats would stay the same because it's always been the same belt. So I always go out of my way to duplicate the championships. It's always a good little thing that I like to do before I assign them to the show. The other thing I did offline as well, I set up a bunch of new tag teams. Like I said before, I use everybody in the game. So I try as much as I can to go out of my way to create original tag teams as well as, recurring ones that happen in WWE, even in other places. Just to add a little bit of variety, because the thing with Universe, you can be as random as you want to be. At least in my opinion, that's how I have a lot of fun, is just be random and just enjoy the ride. So, since we have the championships and the tag teams essentially set up, you can make your own. Like I said, we're going to go to Monday. We're going to edit the show. And we're going to go edit championships. All these titles here, we're just going to vacate them, including Money in the Bank, because I will come back to Money in the Bank in a second. This championship here, we're just going to leave it alone. And now, there's a reason why I want you to clear everything first. And that's because of the championship records. If you were to give somebody a championship now, it's going to immediately be stagnant on their record, but it's not going to make sure that it's going to list that they didn't earn the championship because you just gifted them. So for reason of keeping the titles, I like to book the very first show to assign champions. So I simply just delete every match I got on the first show. I edit them, and I go make championship match who I want them to be champions. Now I already know my champions are going to be because I'm going to be converting them over from my other save. My other save, Cody Rhodes was the world champion. So I'll just make a match here between Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. We're just gonna have that WrestleMania match there. We pick the championship we want, go to custom title, and that's the World Heavyweight Champion. Accept it, and just leave it there. And then we go to the second one. We're gonna hit the women. The women, my women's world champion was Asuka. So we're gonna pick Asuka, and she's gonna pick Bianca Belair. Make a championship match, and pick and accept that. Now we're gonna go to the mid-card titles. My mid-card champion on my other save, which was my other save was also randomized as well, was Karrion Kross, and he will face Duke Johnson. That doesn't matter. Pick a championship, pick United States title, accept, save it. And then the other one after that, we will pick the mid-card for the women, which was Charlotte Flair. So it'd be the current Charlotte Flair, and she will take on Beth Phoenix. There you go, like that. All set. Now we have the mid card and the World Championship set. We want to set for the tag team titles. So my last tag team champions were the New Day. This is for the male championship. So let's go to Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, and put them up against a random team of Miz and R-Truth. Setting on TV now, so let's do that. And then we put the championship on the line, which was my custom WWE World Tag Team Championship, the black strap. I prefer the way that looks better. And now let's get the women. My women's champion were actually check over here. It's the Divas of Doom. So just make a tag team here. Quick with Natalia and Bad Phoenix taking on Piper Niven and Chelsea. Let's just take that Chelsea. Like I said, the reason why you want to do these matches, remember to always pick the custom titles. If you're OCD about the record. If you're not, you can always pick the normal ones. This is just something I'm OCD about records. I like to keep my tabs on my own champions for years, since I've been playing this for so long. And, you know, just leave it at that. Delete this match. This is the first show you essentially want to book on the universe, if you care about records. And that's because this will declare who the first champion will be and all that jazz. So you just click save. You simply start the show. Simulate it. You pick the winner. So in this case, Cody Rhodes. In this case, Asuka. In this case, Karrion Kross. In this case, Charlotte Flair. In this case, The New Day. In this case, the Divas of Doom. And you finish that very first Universal show. Now we can finally start setting up our champions. So when we go to edit show, click here, edit champions, pick the title to be the World Championship, and we have all of our champions assigned already. And then we pick the Women's World Champion, we go to Mid-Card Men's Champion, Mid-Card Women's Champion, and then Tag Team for the men, and then Tag Team for the women. We save it. And we save it again. Just to be sure everything is okay, we back out, we go to my universe, we go to championships, and just like that, Karrion Kross, so that's a glitch there, because those guys weren't even champion, they weren't even booked, but whatever. Kross is champion, and he's held the belt for 7 days because we skipped a week. You know, Asuka. There you go. Unearned, health, there you go, everything is all good. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is we want to edit our divisions. You know, we go to shows, edit roster, championships, edit divisions. Okay. Now there's a lot of people here because I use the whole roster. This is always going to be up to your taste and stuff like that. And there's a whole lot of championships going on here. First thing I want to do, I want to just remove everybody from the world title since it is what it is. For me, when I make for world champions, I make these the best of the best. Or if you want to do other ways, you can always put former world champions. That's a good way to go when it comes to the world championship ranks, since I have some people around, so I'll go with Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles, Bobby Lashley, so all the way down to Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, Braun Strowman, the former Universal Champion, Big E, former WWE Champion. Try not to miss anyone, but I'll just go slowly down the list and pick former World Heavyweight Champions. They've been champions in the WWE with the world title. I don't count NXT, but everyone is different. If you want to count NXT, do your thing, you know, include them. And, you know, have fun. This is the thing about Universe. You can, it's your universe. You can do whatever you want. You can just put anybody you want here and have the most fun you can. But I like variety. I like randomness. That's usually how I have a lot of fun with this mode. I'm just going to continue and scrolling down to see who else is a former world champ. I don't include the mascots because these action figures, they're like parody accounts. Like, they're just mascots. They're meant to be comedy relief characters. So in my brain, in my universe, these are just guys dressed up as action figures. They're not the real Cody Rhodes or the real John Cena. But Rick Rude was a former WCW World Champion. I count that, so he's going in. Some golds. I think Billy Graham was a WWE Champion. I'm not sure. I have to check that, but I'll add him anyway. Going down. Booker T, yeah, Bret Hart, Bruno, Dusty Rhodes, the World Champion, Eddie Guerrero, first African American Champion. I think Harley Race was a World Champion somewhere, NWA. Hollywood Hogan, JBL, Cena, of course, Kane. Some of these guys are gonna leave this team because they're already stock in tag teams, but I just go first with the world title. So I have everybody that needs to be there in that, already in there. Then I'll do the tag teams and yada yada. Oh, I have 2 Shawn Michaels here. I have to disable one. I usually play with Shawn Michaels 05. Well, that's a boo-boo on my end. I'm gonna have to fix it. Bray Wyatt. Ted DiBiase wasn't WWE champion, but I counted him buying the belt, so he's gonna go on here as well. Rock, Triple H, Ultimate Warrior, Undertaker, and Yokozuna. We're gonna save that. The second slot we're gonna go is the men's tag. That way, anyone that's a tag team that's already in. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see some people that was in the World Title Division are automatically gonna be here because they're tag teams. And it's far easier to manage when the tag team's out the way. It trims out the fat when it comes to setting up divisions. And you just keep putting the tag teams in there. You want to have a lot of tag teams, man. So that way, every time you play a year, it just moves. Always new challengers, always new people joining the stable. Always do, tag teams and always do feuds. So it's good. Save it. And for the mid cards, these are people that, next thing, or people that never won the world title and stuff like that. So by the time you get to this thing, you should be able to just keep picking them. But like I said, you can go about however you want with this. Divisions are important to keep the game organized, so you're not facing people you're not meant to face. So if you start superstar mode with a mid-carder, you're not gonna have a one-on-one match with the Undertaker day 1 and stuff like that. So you want to keep, the divisions to organize your roster. Because the more organized your roster is, the more organized your divisions are, the less glitches and random stuff you'll see. Okay, set up everything for the men. Before I go, I need to go right ahead and make sure I remove that double Shawn Michaels there. So apologies for this. This game has so many people in the roster, you sometimes are gonna make boo-boos like that. Back to editing divisions. The men are all set. All you have left is just women, which is far quicker to do. Again, tag teams first. So you have less of a roster to deal with. The women's world title. Try to take, former women's champions. So I'll go, Molly Holly, Lita, Maurice, Divas champion, Eva Torres, Chyna, Carmella, Ronda, Liv, Becky, and I believe that should be it. I don't count the NXT title, I just count the main roster titles. Bianca, Io, Ripley, and there you go. And for the mid card, you pick. What is this, man? For the mid card for the women, you pick whoever is left. Just immediately be added on. And you got the whole roster set up in divisions, and it pretty much you've set up your championships, you set up your division. Everything should be organized as it can be, and then you're pretty much done setting up your roster. The next thing you want to work on will be a match table, and then you can finally start superstar mode. But I'll make another video like that, so you guys don't have to, watch like a 15-minute video. You get to digest this a bit better. Also, back to the Championship Money in the Bank. I don't use Money in the Bank, so I'm gonna delete that pay-per-view off screen and introduce something else in there. But if you want to use Money in the Bank, just leave it in there. The thing is, the reason why I don't use Money in the Bank is that it doesn't work. Sometimes it registers, sometimes it doesn't register. I don't necessarily care for it some years. Like I said, after you're done 1 year, you can always add it back later. This game is flexible like that. Universe is one of the best sandbox modes to me because of that reason. And just like that, the championships are all set up, your show is set up, your calendar is set up. You're basically almost ready. Like I said, tomorrow we're gonna do match tables. And thank you for watching. Make sure you click the subscribe button. This is on a new YouTube channel, and I'll try to get back to all of you guys as fast as I can, as I'm just one person, and I appreciate the support. Bye.